Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all the students who have logged in to the first ever annual day of St. Mary's ICSE online. We are very proud to say that in spite of the many restrictions imposed in order to control the pandemic, St. Mary's School ICSE has managed to move seamlessly to the online platform to continue not only teaching but other school activities as well. I would like to take the opportunity to specially welcome the chief guest of this evening's function, Mrs. Merlin Rodriguez and Mr. Renzo Rodriguez, the parents of our school captain, Master Enrico Rodriguez. Welcome once again and have a pleasant and delightful evening viewing this year's Annual Day Awards ceremony. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father Swami. In these times of crisis, we need to stand unitedly as Indians. Let us pledge this unity as we listen to the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
The year 2020 has been a year of fear, grief and despair. The pandemic has taught us that we should not take anything for granted, and we thank God for the gift of life. Through this hymn, let us pray for peace, hope and light at the end of the tunnel.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console. solace to console. To be understood has to understand. To be loved has to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Make me a channel of your peace.
We are honored to have with us today our chief guests, Mr. and Mrs. Rodrigues, proud parents of Enrico Rodrigues, our outgoing head boy. Mrs. Merlin Rodrigues has been working at HSBC for over 3 decades and has been serving at the Chief Executive's Office for over 26 years. Mrs. Rodrigues loves gardening and the countryside appeals to her. Mr. Renzo Rodrigues holds a master's degree in engineering, a diploma in business management, and a law degree. He is associated with many educational and non-educational institutions in various capacities. Interestingly too, Mr. Rodrigues is the owner of Renzo's Inn, a hotel in Goa. Currently, Mr. Rodrigues is employed at the Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital at Dadar. Mr. Rodrigues advocates service to community. Music serves as his stress buster, and now we know where Enrico has inherited his musical prowess. A big welcome once again to our chief guests, and now I invite Mr. and Mrs. Rodrigues to kindly say a few words.
Reverend Father, Dr. Swami, teachers, members of the staff, and my dear students. As both Merlin and I will be saying a few words, I will keep this short and allow her the extra time to speak, something most women enjoy doing. I would like to share my personal experience with you. Though I am an engineer by profession and associated with few schools and colleges in Mumbai, I must say that we parents are fortunate to have our kids in this prestigious school. I also missed this opportunity to address all of you personally, but left with no option but to meet you virtually. I now request Merlin to continue.
Thank you, Father and teachers, for offering us this opportunity to address such a wonderful audience. I must confess that we are indeed honored to have been given this privilege, albeit using the virtual platform. Nearly a year has passed us by, gripped by the virus, which has lent a whole new dimension to the surreal global situation, besides providing different ways of working and interacting with people. No doubt, it has been a difficult and unprecedented year, fraught with many challenges, but the resilience and determination of each individual has enabled us to keep afloat. Although privileged, it does feel a bit strange though, as my mind takes me back to the time when Enrico joined St. Mary's in Prep. He was earlier with an SSC institution where he spent 2 years in KG and Class 1. Apart from being an SSC school, the weekly Thursday off was something which did not appeal to us, and both these reasons suffice to seek a move to St. Mary's. I remember his teacher at the SSC school tell me then that Enrico would need to pull up his socks and come up to speed as he was lagging behind the class and would find it difficult to cope. Believe me, I have spent sleepless nights on that count, and hence the transition to St. Mary's was the best thing that happened. Not for a second have I ever regretted the move. Each stage has inferred progress at every step. St. Mary's has planted the seeds of a different variety that has groomed students not only academically but holistically. They say a place is only as good as the memories you take away from it. I'm sure that each one of you will agree that Mary's has provided a platform for our boys for innovation, growth, broadening their horizons, and providing a vision for them to dream and to dream big. I have seen them evolve from insecure tiny little tots in their formative years to mature, confident and responsible young lads ready to take on the world. What's also to be noted is the manner in which St. Mary's has nurtured our kids. It's not surprising that faking excuses not to go to school was never on the agenda. I truly believe that the school has been a second home to them. Besides being a place of learning, it has been a center of great fun and activities where children have forged friendships that have stood the test of time. The bonding, the sense of pride at achievements, the healthy debates, interaction at various forums, the spirit of competition is remarkable and truly to be admired. Of course, who do we have to thank besides our wonderful teachers? The Jesuit institution has prided itself in providing the best education all over India. We owe it to Father Swami and the past principals who have been the guiding light and steered the school onto greater heights. The values and the morals inculcated has been deeply rooted in our children, and kudos to the excellent teachers who have stimulated minds, driven the kids to achieve their potential, honing their skills, notwithstanding the undue patience required to deal with a bunch of energetic boys. As Bill Gates rightly mentions, technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. So a thumping applause to our dear principal and teachers for giving of their time and the personal encouragement and involvement to keep the flame of Mary's burning brightly. At the risk of sounding cliche, I would mention that the huge playground, the excellent canteen facilities, besides the trophies won by our boys at various events, is indeed laudable and much admired by schools across the city. Our Marians do us proud with their accolades and exemplify professionalism, honesty and integrity as their trademark. I have drawn inspiration from a few of Albert Einstein's quotes, wherein he mentions that one should not try to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. A person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new, and education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So let's embark on a dream, have a passion, and know that there is no such thing as overnight success. It all comes with enormous hard work, commitment, and sacrifice. So, thank you, Father, teachers, and all members of the staff for the excellent journey traveled by our boys. We hope to see St. Mary's rise to greater heights in the years to come, and wishing you continued success as you forge onwards. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Rodrigues, for those warm and inspiring words. And now we call upon Enrico Rodrigues, head boy of St. Mary's School ICSE 2019-2020, to deliver his valedictory address.
Well, here I am, Enrico Rodrigues, your school captain, speaking to you once again. Except this time that I speak to you alone in the school without any other Marian next to me. And this is weird for me, and I know about the crisis at hand, but I will not speak about it today because I know about the unfortunate toll it has taken on every one of our lives. what I want to do today is speak to you purely on how I planned on ending my school life with a perfect valedictory speech. So here I am. Let's begin this. Like every other school captain, I began my journey at St. Mary's about 10 years ago. And when I joined St. Mary's, I still remember the teachers at the previous school told my parents that Enrico would be a slow child, he would require special attention, he wouldn't ever be able to cope with his school or with his studies. And 10 years down the line, here I am. I don't think my parents would have ever expected a kid back then like me to become what I am today. Now the reason I make mention of this is especially for the younger Marians. For one simple reason being, don't hold back. Push and push. If it's music that you like, if it's drama, sports, St. Mary's will provide you the opportunity that no other school will. Trust me, I have lived 10 years of my life in the school. I've passed out and almost completed the 11th grade right now. And I know what it feels like to not be home. You know, they say once you live in Bombay, no other city will ever feel the same. And the same goes with St. Mary's. Once you live here, nothing ever feels the same. This brings me to my next point, that, you know, if someone ever had to ask me, what's your favorite place in school? I will always say that it has been the school auditorium for me. That's the place where I grew in the school. I have not become myself in the classroom. And you need to find where you will become yourself. It can be on the school grounds, it can be in the auditorium, or it can be in the classroom itself. But find that place and utilize it to its maximum potential. Because that's what St. Mary's is here for you to be able to push yourself to the ultimate. Now, my advice is short and simple, and in very brief, I will tell you something that any other Marian that passes out will tell you. And I've said this again, and I'll say it again. You will never, ever get the opportunity that you do at St. Mary's. For the next part of my speech, it's obviously the thank yous, which should have technically been my first. A thank you to my principal, to my teachers. But I can't say this thank you so collectively, right? It's not possible, because each and every teacher has taught me something so unique and so special I can take a long way. I don't know where to begin, but I still remember my primary teacher, Miss Connie. When I got my school vice captain card, she told me, Enrico, don't forget your roots. Remember us, remember the primary. And Miss, this is a shout out to you and my primary teachers. I do not forget, and I will always remember you throughout my life. Moving on, I developed relationships with my teachers that they were just beyond my academic leaders. They were my friends. Miss Basu, I remember sharing novels with you, talking about my jazz experiences outside school. I have not come across any teacher after I've left school with whom I've discussed my life so much. My counselors, Miss Rodini, the Immaculata teachers, Miss Nisha Mendes, Mr. Elias Coelho, Miss Montero, Father Swami, just to name a few. We've had late nights. Those are experiences which you make at St. Mary's, right? That you don't find anywhere else. Boys, the reason I'm telling you this is embrace your teachers and respect them, because they are your friends, and no friend likes to be spoken to in an unruly fashion or with disrespect. Understand from where they come and understand from where you come. Miss Montero, my vice principal, said this throughout our school lives, and finally it struck into my head. That discipline is something which will always come from within. And if you want to shine out, instill that discipline in you. And I guess this is it. This is my goodbye to you. And trust me, this is something I never dreamt of. The hardest thing for me to do was to let go of my final speech, my final goodbye to St. Mary's in this way, alone in a school, in a room. But I have the school flags and I have the same Marian spirit with me. And I know a Marian's got to do what he's got to do. So here I am saying goodbye. I'll end with a quote from one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Lana Del Rey. She says that find someone you really want to become like and find out what they did to get there. Read books and pick your role models wisely, because finally when you look back, you will want to be there, and that's what I want to do. I want to come back to St. Mary's one day and speak on the same stage that made me. Except this time I come back as a proud alumni and make the school proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Enrico. Your strong sense of belief and commitment came through your speech. And now we have the most awaited part of the program, the distribution of prizes and certificates. I hand over the microphone to Miss Zeenat Surka.
Class 5-1. Shravan Oberoi, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies, Physical Education and Music. Pranav Shukla, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies and Music. Rehan Levy, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies and Art. Zen Popat, English Language, Literature, English, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science and Computer Studies. Divyansh Kalpesh Surana, English Language, Social Studies and Computer Studies. Sanil Chahal, English Literature, English and Marathi. Yan Amit Jain, Hindi and Physical Education. Rajveer Kapoor, Value Education and Music. Rishit Palrecha, Mathematics and Science. Aram Parekh, Hindi and Art. Vivan Rathod, Marathi. Mohammad Ashad Sheikh, Art. Rishikesh Ambekar, Art. Ayan Arif, Value Education. Ali Biria, Art. Bihan Dalal, Music. Jonathan D'Souza, Physical Education. Samarth Dwivedi, Physical Education. Tekum Khokawala, Physical Education. Ken Mendes, Music. Good Application. Taha Kudrati. Naman Jain. Yojit Mehta. Niket Manyar. Mohammad Hadi Khan. Class 5-2. Braden Figueredo, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Religion, Art and Music. Evan Fiello, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Mathematics, Social Studies, Religion and Computer Studies. Dishan Dholakia, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi and Computer Studies. Ronab Khajamchi, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Science and Marathi. Yuvan Kotecha, Literature in English, Science, Value Education, Computer Studies and Music. Jagdish Khandelwal, Hindi, Mathematics, Art and Music. Viraj Jain, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies and Value Education. Dev Nilesh Gupta, Hindi, Mathematics and Marathi. Zohan Khan, Literature and English, Social Studies and Marathi. Vihan Sachin Jain, Computer Studies and Art. Arav Panjnani, Literature and English. Advis Dev, Computer Studies. Hamza Bakrawala, Art. Saurabh Bangara, Physical Education. Mohammad Jibril Khan, Art. Lukman Qureshi, Value Education. Jian Upadhyay, Value Education. Good Application. Taha Mamuwala. Rohan Menezes. Rohan Kanodia. Shaurya Setia. Raghav Kapadia. Class 5-3. Malcolm Adani, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies, Physical Education and Music. Ranveer Gajani, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi and Value Education. Kahan Bora, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Rivan Vineet Rathore, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Computers and Art. Raj Manasawala, Literature and English, Social Studies, Science, Computer Studies and Music. Kayan Chinwala, English Language, Social Studies, Marathi, Value Education and Art. Aman Sayed, Mathematics, Value Education and Computer Studies. Darren D'Souza, Physical Education, Art and Music. Mohammad Ayan Machiwala, Hindi. Huzaifa Lakrawala, Value Education. Mohammad Sabuwala, Physical Education. Johan Rathore, Music. Adya Shetty, Marathi. Jash Solanki, Art. Sean Todiwala, Music. Good Application. Yash Aryan Garg. Aaron Suvarna. Karan Kanodia. Sean Kathawala. Savya Shah. Class 6-1. Farnad Kotwal, General Proficiency, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Value Education and Computer Studies. Manya Pinesh Porwal, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, Marathi and Computer Studies. Abdul Qadir Kagalwala, General Proficiency, Literature and English, History, Geography, Science, Marathi and Computer Studies. Rehan Shah, General Proficiency, History and Science. Ayan Doshi, General Proficiency, Hindi, Mathematics and Geography. Idris Patrawala, Literature and English, Hindi, History, Geography, Marathi, Value Education and Physical Education. Ishan Singh, English Language, Geography, Science, Value Education and Art. Neil Muchala, Literature and English, Mathematics, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies. Nikunj Gupta, English Language, Mathematics and Science. Neeb Negi, English Language, Music and Physical Education. Kahan Goregaonkar, Marathi, Music and Physical Education. Nityan Sharma, Literature and English, Art and Music. Shaurya Parasrampuria, English Language and Music. Ayan Undre, History and Art. Ali Bhutwala, Computer Studies and Physical Education. Neeb Bhattacharya, Literature and English. Shaurya Rai Soni, Hindi. Mehlam Dilawar, Physical Education. Divyan Garg, Music. Johan Mehta, Value Education. Vihan Shah, Arts. Good Application. Shubham Kini, Hitansh Jain, Tezul Bhutwala, Jaishil Mehta, Ishan Merchant, Class 6-2. Yashoman Kumar, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science and Computer Studies. Rishant Bora, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Mashwin Kumar, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Geography, Science, Art and Physical Education. Niban Mehta, General Proficiency, Mathematics, History and Value Education. Johan Rodriguez, English Language, Literature and English, Marathi, Computer Studies and Music. Diman Shah, History, Geography and Marathi. Dhairya Sabla, Hindi and Marathi. Mahir Shah, Geography and Music. Nivan Joshi, Literature and English and History. Saklain Khan, Science and Computer Studies. Mahir Irani, Science and Marathi. Shavan Disa, Art and Music. Rajveer Chauhan, Value Education and Physical Education. Nirmay Shah, Mathematics. Siddharth Singh, Physical Education. Abdi Tajir, Physical Education. Olsen Vaz, Religion. Arman Sehgal, Value Education. Ranbir Mehra, Music. Yash Damania, Physical Education. Bhavya Ashar, Art. Tanush Gagar, Music. Krishna Karwa, Art. Good Application. Ahan Singh. Shubhra Jain. Vihan Kapadia. Ayan Sheikh. Arnav Daftari. Class 6-3. Vedant Engineer, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature and English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi and Physical Education. Pratham Kitawat, General Proficiency, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Computer Studies and Music. Mufaddal Hussain, General Proficiency, English Language, Geography, Science, Value Education and Computer Studies. Aditya Iyer, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, History, Science, Marathi, Art and Physical Education. Rehan Gandhi, General Proficiency, Hindi, Mathematics, Geography, Marathi and Computer Studies. Vivan Shetty, Literature in English, Mathematics, Value Education, Computer Studies and Art. Lavya Mehta, Hindi, History, Science and Marathi. Yuvraj Agarwal, English Language, Literature in English and Music. Jehan Karkaria, History and Value Education. Ammar Khambati, Geography and Value Education. Ishan Kondi, English Language. Purushottam Gonuguntla, Literature and English. Shaurya Bagaria, Music. Aditya Dhawan, Music. Shane D'Souza, Physical Education. Leroy Fernandez, Physical Education. Jehan Jain, Computer Studies. Mohammad Faiz Machiwala, Value Education. Shlok Pachishia, Art. Vaishnav Pazaya Thodi, Art. Hussain Saria, Art. Good Application. Aryan Sable. Jivyan Mehta. Johan Meghani. Avyakt Jaykaran. Sai Singh. I now hand over the mic to Ms. Sharon Tibley.
Thank you, Ms. Surka. We now begin with Class 7. 7-1. Adat Banerjee for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies.
Rehan Pandaki, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science and Computer Studies. Shreyas Nair, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science and Value Education. Hast Rathod, for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Vivan Ajmani for General Proficiency, History, Geography, Science, Value Education, Computer Studies and Physical Education. Arham Bhavna, Literature in English, Mathematics, History, Geography, Computer Studies and Physical Education. Pranay Kataria for English Language, Hindi, Science, Marathi, Art and Music. Kabir Bal for Literature in English, Geography and Art. Aditya Kalme for Value Education, Marathi and Physical Education. Arish Patel for Geography and Marathi. Tirth Shah for Geography and Marathi. Sonu Baldia for Art and Physical Education. Ashton Billimoria for Value Education and Art. Aryamal Singh for Hindi. Aditya Mehta for Art. Arya Shah for Music. Dhruv Dhruv Shah for music. Vedant Shah for value education. Keep Dias for music. Jehan Engineer, Marathi. Manik Manya for physical education. For good application, we have the following boys: Karan Jain, Siddhant Patil, Kumail Sheikh, Aryatwa Singh, and Ahan Singh. Class 7-2. Darius Gonzalez, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Shreyan Dolakia, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi and Computer Studies. Nish Parekh, General Proficiency, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Computer Studies, Music and Art. Vivan Lairi, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, History, Value Education, Art and Physical Education. Moksh Jain, General Proficiency, Hindi, History, Geography, Science, Marathi and Computer Studies. Miron Shroff for English Language, History and Geography. Ayan Khatri, Hindi, History and Art. Rishan Parmani for English Language, Literature in English and Science. Preet Patel, English Language, Mathematics and Music. Romel Castellino for Religion and Music. Kalash Darji for English Language and Physical Education. Shan Jain, Geography and Art. Shaurya Jain, Hindi and History. Johan Villemoria for Value Education. Hamza Khan, Computer Studies. Naman Shah for Value Education. Sherwin Advant, Mathematics. Vedant Chheda for Physical Education. Janish Joshi, Art. Abbas Kapadia for Physical Education. Adil Majid, Music. Rohan Menezes, Religion. Caden Rodrigues, Religion. Soham Sampath, Music. Ayush Sanam for Physical Education. Salahuddin Syed, Music. Nam Shah, Hindi. For good application, we have the following boys: Hussain Haji, Jaiveer Panchal, Atharva Shetty, Laksh Kotari, and Tanay Garaf. Class 7-3. Hussain Mayadi, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi and Value Education. Wahind Rehan for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Computer Studies and Music. Siddhartha Sen Gupta, General Proficiency, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Music and Physical Education. Ayansh Solanki, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Mathematics, History and Computer Studies. Johan Renawat, General Proficiency, English Language, Mathematics, Science, Value Education, Art and Physical Education. Noor Thakur, Hindi, Geography, Science, Marathi, Computer Studies and Art. Mark Tadani, History, Computer Studies, Music, Physical Education and Religion. Atharva Thakkar, Hindi, Art and Computer Studies. Riddhansh Sakaria for English Language, Literature and English, Geography. Siddhant Adipalli for Art and Music. Vignesh Tonwalkar, Marathi and Art. Nathan Esaya, Religion and Physical Education. Kushal Yadav, Value Education. Vihan Bachara for Physical Education. Arav Jain, Value Education. Roop Jain, Geography. Ugar Application, Coding Voice. Arjun Kapadia. Gautam Kamath. Rayan Mohammad Irfan Rawal. Mohammad Afan Dadan and Umar Birya. Next we move on to class 8. Class 8-1. Ayan Varis for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Keshav Jitania, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, Geography, Science, Marathi, Value Education and Computer Studies. Vedant Harlalka, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Music and Computer Studies. Harsh Bafna, General Proficiency, Literature in English, History, Physical Education and Value Education. Sanat Singh Chaudhary, General Proficiency, English Language, Science, Value Education. Rihan Shetty, English Language, Mathematics, History and Value Education. Mohammad Daniel Khan, History, Geography, Science and Physical Education. Karan Daruwala, Literature in English, Hindi, Science and Marathi. Ramsley Ambeda for Religion and Geography. Arnav Agarwal, Science. Emmanuel Antonio Coelho, Art and Music, Religion and Physical Education. Veer Visaria, Hindi and Physical Education. Swarnam Jamrumkar for Mathematics. Hamza Khan, Marathi. Siddhant Shorewala for Art and Music. Harvesh Chiniwala for Art and Music. Ishan Gokhale for Art and Music. Riyansh Oza for Art and Music. Z Chedda, Physical Education. Viraj Dhundyal, Computer Studies. Mohammad Hajwani, Computer Studies. Good Application, following voice. Ali Kambati. Vihan Shetty. Ketansh Doshi. Hasan Lokhandwala. Class 8-2. Abizar Zumkawala for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies and Physical Education. Abhishek Nandkumar, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science and Value Education. Arav Bhattacharya, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Value Education and Computer Studies. Saket Sarvaiya, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Science and Marathi. Pratham Shah, General Proficiency, Literature in English, Mathematics, Science, Marathi and Computer Studies. Ibrahim Dohadwala, Literature in English, Hindi, History, Geography, Science and Value Education. Kaizad Printer, Literature in English, Hindi, Geography, Marathi, Value Education, Art and Music. Akif Qazi, Computer Studies and Physical Education. Abhishek Koshi, Computer Studies, Art and Music. Etarsh Patel, Physical Education. Radhesham Sharma, for Marathi. Rehan Khwaja, Art and Music. Shane Mello, Art and Music. Krutan Shah, for Physical Education. Namanj Gupta, Physical Education. For good application, we have the following students: Samarth Shah, Jinay Shah, Darren Dalal, Veer Shah, and Aryamek Katriyar. Class A3. Manas Chavan, for General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography, Science, Marathi, Value Education, Computer Studies and Music. Mark Patel, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Geography and Science. Ayan Juvekar, General Proficiency, Literature in English, Hindi, History, Geography and Marathi. Abhinav Panda, General Proficiency, English Language, Hindi, Mathematics, History, Science, Computer Studies. Abhishek Hinduja, General Proficiency, English Language, Literature in English, Hindi, History and Art. Vivan Kulkarni, English Language, Mathematics, Science, Art and Physical Education. Shaurya Hirawat, Geography, Value Education, Computer Studies and Art. Aryavir Jain, Literature in English, Art and Physical Education. Hriday Gada, Mathematics, Value Education and Music. Samyak Mohanty, Marathi, Value Education and Music. Dev Patel, Geography and Science. Hasan Lokhandwala, Art and Physical Education. Sumit Kamath, Music and Physical Education. Mitanj Navda, Marathi. Mohammad Saif Ansari, Computer Studies. Elroy Fernandez, Music. Amartya Rawat, Physical Education. Biaklal Pomte, for Computer Studies. Rushad Tata, Physical Education. Good application, the following students: Pradyumn Karkani, Adnan Kairola, Rishi Gupta, Arya Mehta, and Anshveer Singh Nandrajo.
Thank you, Ms. Tivre. We now move on to the merits of Class 9. Class 9-1. Mohammad Arsalan Gogari. General proficiency: English, Hindi, Social Studies, Mathematics, Science, Computer Applications, and Value Education. Mustansir Mukadam. General proficiency: Hindi, Social Studies, Mathematics, and Science. Dwaj Jain. General proficiency: English, Social Studies, Science, Computer Applications, and Value Education. Hussain Shabir Motorwala. General proficiency: English, Hindi, Social Studies, Computer Applications, and Value Education. Shaurya Kumar. General proficiency and Science. Amar Furniturewala. Hindi, Computer Applications, and Value Education. Ashmit Ranjan. Social Studies, Mathematics, and Value Education. Dev Tatid for Mathematics and Computer Applications. Ayush Shivalkar for Mathematics and Science. Hriday Mehta, Hindi and Physical Education. Param Gogya for English. Mrinmay Kumar for English. Achintya Sharma for English. Arzan Wadia, Social Studies. Yusuf Nalwala, Technical Drawing. Joshua Mendes, Religion. Good application. Kushan Zaveri, Kayan Dotiwala, Amir Jariwala, Siddharth Venkatesan, Farzan Shahrukh Demeri, Class 9-2. Setu Bane, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Physical Education, and Value Education. Param Mehta, General Proficiency, Hindi, Social Studies, Science, Technical Drawing, Applications. Hussain Kokawala, General Proficiency, English, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science. Joshua Albuquerque, General Proficiency, English, Mathematics, Science, Technical Drawing Applications, and Religion. Yuvan Jain, General Proficiency, Hindi, and Commercial Applications. Kavya Jain, Mathematics and Technical Drawing Applications. Mohammad Iranpurwala for English and Hindi. Yusuf Kambati, Social Studies. Mohammad Saad Pathan, Social Studies, Technical Drawing Applications and Value Education. Amaya Dalal, Science and Value Education. Neil Negi, Commercial Applications. Atin Mithal, Commercial Applications and Value Education. Rishiraj Bandari, English, Hindi and Value Education. Krish Bosle, Technical Drawing Applications. Kalp Kanungo, Mathematics. Good application. Hriday Haria, Nishad Parik, Aditya Mehta, Anas Maklai, Harsh Boyd, Class 9-3. Rohan Kapoor, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Economics, Value Education and Commercial Applications. Viraj Sachde, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Economics, Value Education and Computer Applications. CL De Cruz, General Proficiency, English, Social Studies, Economics, Commercial Applications and Religion. Tanay Shah, General Proficiency, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Value Education and Commercial Applications. Ryan Jain, General Proficiency, Mathematics, Social Studies and Commercial Application. Parshwa Dariwal for English, Hindi, Economics and Value Education. Arab Motha for Hindi and Economics. Dhanraj Narkar for Environmental Studies and Art. Ridham Bhafna for Computer Applications. Hussain Darukhanawala for Environmental Studies. Dev Kapoor for Environmental Studies. Bezan Shroff for Value Education. Alikyan Sultan Ali for English. Good application. Adi Kabdia. Yuval Solanki. Aran Giridhar. Yusuf Balwa. Zarwan Katrak. Class 10-1. Ojas Swapnil Binaike for General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Value Education and Computer Applications. Garv Shah, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science and Computer Application.
Arush Ranjan, General Proficiency, English, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science and Computer Applications.
Jahan Shah, General Proficiency, Mathematics, Social Studies and Computer Applications. Mehlam Songerwala, General Proficiency, Hindi, Social Studies, Science and Computer Applications. Vivek Raheja for English and Science. Ahan Shah for Hindi and Mathematics. Manas Garg for English and Value Education. Adi Shah for Hindi and Value Education. Kavish Soningara for Value Education. Dhruv Kayani for Value Education. Steven Fernandez for Christian Doctrine. Good application. Aryaman Kalani, Rudra Shinde, Aditya Vijaykar, Arush Agarwal, Nishin Sindhi, moving on to class 10-2. Pratyush Jagtap, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Value Education, Technical Drawing Applications. Jaden Colasso, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science, Physical Education and Religion. Enrico Rodriguez, General Proficiency, English, French, Mathematics, Social Studies, Science and Technical Drawing Applications. Shayan Sheikh, General Proficiency, Hindi, Social Studies, Value Education and Computer Applications. Shabir Hardwarewala, General Proficiency, French, Mathematics and Commercial Applications. Naman Shah, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Physical Education and Value Education. Daniel Vello for French, Physical Education and Religion. Aryaman Kumar for English and Physical Education. Farzan Pacha, Hindi and Computer Applications. Ethan Rodrigues, English and Art. Radhnya Apte for French Commercial Applications. Amal Bangari for French and Commercial Applications. Anushak Contractor, Commercial Applications and Art. Mahir Haryanawala for Technical Drawing Applications and Value Education. Harsh Saroya, Science. Zayad Shirazi, Physical Education. Shiv Bhargava, Commercial Applications. Rian Menezes for Religion. Good application. Maulik Potari, Ryan Vegas, Ashmit Shrivastava, Hriday Siroya, Ranan Porwar, Class 10-3, Preet Palrecha, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Economics, Computer Applications and Value Education. Jahan Peshori, General Proficiency, English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Economics and Physical Education. Zain Tawawala, General Proficiency, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Studies, Economics, Physical Education and Value Education. Arnav Jain, General Proficiency, Hindi, Mathematics, Economics and Physical Education. Kush Atawala, Hindi, Environmental Science and Computer Applications. Rustam Bilamoria, English, Social Studies and Value Education. Samvit Patel, Social Studies and Physical Education. Daniel Sanate, English and Computer Applications. Krish Shah, English and Computer Applications. Shreyans Jain, Commercial Applications and Value Education. Hossein Kazaroni, Economics and Value Education. Josefa Dahodwala for Mathematics. ZS Naval Manik for Computer Applications. Rahib Fateh for Physical Education. Ahmed Mohammad Patka for Art. Good application. Neil Shah, Azhar Banatwala. Thank you.
Scholarships and Awards 2019-2020, Class 5. The Reverend Father A. Kasale, SJ Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Shavan Oberoi. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in English goes to Evan Fiello. The Savitri Devi Chaudhary Scholarship in Hindi goes to Pranav Shukla. Mrs. Annie Mascarenas Scholarship in Mathematics goes to Shavan Oberoi. The Randeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship in Science goes to Shavan Oberoi. The K.M. Jetpurwala Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Pranav Shukla. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in Marathi goes to Malcolm Irani. The Randeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship in Computer Studies goes to Shavan Oberoi. The Rafael Benevent SJ Scholarship in Religion goes to Evan Fiello. The Rafael Benevent SJ Scholarship in Religion goes to Braden Figueredo. The Rafael Benevent SJ Scholarship in Value Education goes to Shavan Oberoi. The Sanjay Kapoor Annual Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Kahan Vora.
Class 6.
The Brother Narcissus Reba SJ Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Idant Engineer. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in English goes to Idant Engineer. The Savitri Devi Chaudhary Scholarship in Hindi goes to Rishant Bora. The late Mrs. M. L. Ajumal Scholarship in Mathematics goes to Pratham Kitawat. The Randi Baduri Memorial Scholarship in Science goes to Farnat Kotwal. The K.M. Jetpurwala Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Idant Engineer. The Chimanbai Thakkar Scholarship in Marathi goes to Pratham Kitawat. The Randi Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship in Computer Studies goes to Yashoman Kumar. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in Religion goes to Olsen Vaz. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in Value Education goes to Farnat Kotwal. The Sanjay Kapoor Annual Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Idant Engineer. Class 7. The Basil Lalabhai Parmar SJ Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Hussain Moyatti. The Walker Prize in English goes to Adit Banerjee. The Savitri Devi Chaudhary Scholarship in Hindi goes to Hussain Moyatti. The late Mrs. M. L. Ajumal Scholarship in Mathematics goes to Hussain Moyatti. The Chimanbai Thakkar Scholarship in Science goes to Shreyan Dholakia. The K.M. Jetpurwala Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Hussain Moyatti. The Captain Felix Hugo Pace Scholarship in Marathi goes to Hussain Moyatti. The Ranadi Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship in Computer Studies goes to Shreyan Dholakia. The Reverend Father H. Dalton SG Scholarship in Religion goes to Darius Gonsalves. The Reverend Father H. Dalton SG Scholarship in Value Education goes to Kushal Yadav. The Sanjay Kapoor Annual Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Vivan Lair. Class 8. The Proficiency Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Ayan Varis. The Victor Credo Scholarship in English goes to Abizar Zumkawala. The Savitri Devi Chaudhary Scholarship in Hindi goes to Ayan Varis. The late Mrs. M. L. Ajumal Scholarship in Mathematics goes to Ayan Varis. The Brother Narcissus Reba SJ Scholarship in Science goes to Ayan Varis. The K.M. Jetpurwala Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Ayan Varis. The Ranadi Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship in Computer Application goes to Manas Chavan. The M.R. D'Souza Scholarship in Religion goes to Shane Velo. The M.R. D'Souza Scholarship in Religion goes to Ranisley Almeida. The M.R. D'Souza Scholarship in Value Education goes to Ayan Varis. The Sanjay Kapoor Annual Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Rehan Shetty. Class 9. The Frank Oliveira Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Rohan Kapoor. The Basil F. Gomes Scholarship in English goes to Setu Bani. The Themi Cooper Scholarship in Hindi goes to Rohan Kapoor. The Sukhadwala Scholarship for Mathematics goes to Dave Pated. The Maneklal K. Kothari Scholarship for Science goes to Mohammad Arsalan Gogari. The Irene Aptekar Scholarship for Social Studies goes to Setu Bane. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Dwaj Jain. The late Mrs. M. L. Ajumal Scholarship for Commercial Application goes to Rohan Kapoor. The Our Lady of Fatima Scholarship in Religion goes to Joshua Mendes. The Our Lady of Fatima Scholarship for Value Education goes to Mohammad Arsalan Bukhari. The Sanjay Kapoor Annual Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Joshua Mendes. Class 10. The Cambridge School Certificate Scholarship for General Proficiency goes to Ojas Binaike. The Old Boys Scholarship in English goes to Garv Shah. The Muzaffar V. Sonawala Scholarship in Hindi goes to Ojas Binaike. The President's Scholarship in Mathematics goes to Arush Ranjan. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Science goes to Ojas Binaike. The St. Mary's Commercial Scholarship for Social Studies goes to Ojas Binaike. The Amira Rahimatullah Scholarship for second place in Geography goes to Garv Shah. The Ranadi Baduri Memorial Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Ojas Binaike. The Brother Raphael Benevent SJ Scholarship for Commercial Application goes to Farzan Pacha. The Reverend Father J. Sawal SJ Scholarship for Value Education goes to Zain Tabawala. The Reverend Father J. Sawal SJ Scholarship in Religion goes to Jaden Colasso. The St. Mary's School Parents Association Scholarship for the Best All-Round Student goes to Jaden Colasso. Class 10 ICSE Examination. The Ranadi Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for the first place in the ICSE exam goes to Arush Ranjan. The Ranadi Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for the first place in the ICSE exam also goes to Dhruv Kiani. The St. Mary's Old Boys Scholarship for the second place in the ICSE exam goes to Ojas Binaike. The Ibrahim M. Rauji Scholarship in the third place for the ICSE examination goes to Garv Shah. The MAA Scholarship in English goes to Dhruv Kiani. The MAA Scholarship in English goes to Enrique Rodriguez. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Hindi goes to Arush Ranjan. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Hindi goes to Dhruv Kiani. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Hindi goes to Ojas Binaike. The MAA Scholarship for Mathematics goes to Arush Ranjan. The MAA Scholarship for Mathematics goes to Dhruv Kiani. The MAA Scholarship for Mathematics goes to Ojas Binaike. The MAA Scholarship for Mathematics goes to Aryaman Kalani. The Irene Aptekar Scholarship in Science goes to Arush Ranjan. The Irene Aptekar Scholarship in Science goes to Jahan Shah. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Arush Ranjan. The Temi Cooper Scholarship in Social Studies goes to Dhruv Kiani. The Temi Cooper Scholarship for Social Studies goes to Ojas Binaike. The Temi Cooper Scholarship for Social Studies goes to Jaden Colasso. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Arush Ranjan. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Dhruv Kiani. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Ojas Benaike. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Garv Shah. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Melam Sungarwala. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Aryaman Kalani. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Jahan Shah. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Rudra Shinde. The Solomon Aptekar Scholarship for Computer Application goes to Kavish Soningra. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Commercial Application goes to Shayan Sheikh. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Commercial Application goes to Aman Singhal. The MAA Scholarship for Economics goes to Reet Palvicha. The MAA Scholarship for Economics goes to Jahan Kishori. The St. Mary's School Special Award for Outstanding Performance Without Tuitions or Attending Coaching Classes goes to Jaden Colasso. The St. Mary's School Special Award for Outstanding Performance Without Tuitions or Attending Coaching Classes goes to Manas Garg.
Sports. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Best Sportsman Under 16 is shared by Radhya Apte and Zayed Shirazi. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Best Sportsman Under 14 is shared by Rehan Bamboo and Siddharth Singh. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Best Sportsman Under 12 goes to Leroy Fernandez. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Best Sportsman Under 10 goes to Taha Zumkawala. Scouts. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship for Best Scout Class 10 is shared by Huzaifa Dohadwala, Arush Agrawal and Kush Gara. Best Scout Class 9 goes to, this again is shared by Kushan Javeri and Arhan Prakash. The Brother Raffle Benavent SJ Scholarship for Best Scout Class 8 goes to Jehan Bhajan. The Father John Arts SJ Scholarship Best Scout Class 7 is shared by Romel Castellano and Ayush Sana. The Hagen Memorial Scholarship Best Scout Class 6 goes to Olsen Vaz. Cubs. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship Best Cubs Class 5 goes to Zohan Khan. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship Best Cubs Class 4 Mabon Jain. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship Best Cubs Class 3 Arnav Chandan. The Ranadeep Bhaduri Memorial Scholarship Best Cup Class 2 Kayan Karsia. RSP Cadets. The Matthew Mesquita Scholarship Best Cadet Class 10 is shared by Samuel Shimra and Aditya Vijayakar. The Matthew Mesquita Scholarship Best Cadet Class 9 Amaya Dalal. The Matthew Mesquita Scholarship Best Cadet Class 8 Aryamik Katriyar. Social Service. The St. Mary's School Scholarship for Outstanding Service in SOPW Activities. Class 10 Jaden Colasso. Class 9 Zaki Mohammad Das. Class 8 Ibrahim Dohadwala. The St. Mary's School Scholarship for Outstanding Service in Interact Activities, Class 10, Ojas Binaike, and Class 9, Mohammad Arsalan Gogari.
My dear fellow parents and students, as the president of our St. Mary's Alumni Association, I am delighted to inform you that through our newly established St. Mary's School ICSE Welfare Fund, Mr. Jaspreet Singh Chadda, my batchmate, class of 1978, has come forward and made a pledge to make a generous contribution towards establishing a one-of-its-kind scholarship in academics and sports for our students. This scholarship will be given every year to 3 toppers, 2 in academics and 1 in sports. This year, the scholarship will comprise of a cash prize of rupees 50,000 to each of the 3 students. I am happy to announce that this year the names are as under: in academics, Master Ayan Varis, class 9, Master Rohan Kapoor of class 10. In sports, Master Jaden Kalaso of class 10. This initiative by our alumni shows the amount of love and affection our ex-students have for our school, for which we are ever so grateful. This is an eye-opener for all of us parents on the type of compounded interest we parents and students hope to receive from Mary's. The school fees in my days was a mere 600 rupees per year. Today, the compounded interest that I have received over the years is well into a few thousand percentage, much more than any investment in gold or equity or property. The knowledge that St. Mary's has given our boys will stand with them for a lifetime. I would want each of our students present here today to take a pledge that on completion of this school and their studies, and when settled down in life, they would come forward to this very institution and help our school, our teachers and retired teachers in whatever form they can. Thank you.
Interhouse and Special Awards. The award for the Interhouse Dramatics goes to the Green House. The Interhouse Debates Senior Category. The award goes to the Blue House. Interhouse Debates Intermediate Category. The award goes to the Blue House. Interhouse Debates Junior Category. The White House. The award for the Interhouse Quiz Trophy goes to the White House. The Mrs. A. Lobo Memorial Shield for the winning house in academics goes to the Red House. The winning house for activities goes to, again, the Red House. Other awards. The award for the Best Actor goes to, it is shared by Alden Baz and Adil Majum. The Best Scout Patrol, Lion Patrol. Best RSP Patrol, Omega Patrol. The Brian Harrison Trophy for the Best Scout goes to Neil Shah. The Rosi Mehta Trophy for the Best RSP Cadet, Devansh Sangvi. The Divyansh Atman Scholarship for Creative Writing is shared by Setu Bane and Parang Gogia. The Anudi Trophy for Excellence in Music is shared by the following students: Jash Khyal, Rayan Divintri, Jeremiah Lobo, Arhan Prakash, Atikesh Pujari, and Siddhant Shorewala. The Kamla Ghose Award of Excellence for the Best Captain of the Year goes to Jaden Colasso. The Aditya Anand Agarwal Trophy for the outgoing school captain, Enrico Rodriguez.
This was indeed a historic occasion, receiving prizes virtually. It is wonderful when one is recognized for one's hard work and achievement. Now I invite our Vice Principal, Ms. Clementine Montero, to deliver her vote of thanks.
On behalf of the school management and our Jesuit community here at St. Mary's, I want to thank all these people who are responsible for the smooth functioning of this, our virtual annual awards day. To begin with, I thank our principal, Father Dr. Francis Swami, for initiating this virtual program. I thank Ms. Cheryl Colasso, Ms. Arjuman Gogari, Mr. Alan Menezes for meticulously distributing duties to our staff members, for working tirelessly hours together, editing every video and taking care of every small aspect of each and every virtual presentation. I thank Ms. Nandini Basu for comparing this program. I thank Ms. Priscilla Pereira and Ms. Joan Dias for the prayer song. Thank you Mr. Ryan Rodriguez, Ms. Seenat Surkha and Ms. Sharon Tivry for sharing your beautiful voices in reading fluently the merits and scholarship lists. Thank you dear teachers for extending your help in writing of the merits and certificates. Thank you Ms. Neetu Bhosle for compiling all the merits and certificates, the data right from the month of October 2020. Thank you Mr. Shahrukh Contractor for the fantabulous scholarship that you and your batchmates of the year 1978 have initiated for our students for excellence in academics and sport. It is well said that it is never too late to thank someone. On behalf of all the teachers at St. Mary's, I want to thank the students of the batch 1999 for initiating the Teacher Incentive Program. This program began 3 years ago. Dear boys, your token of love is truly appreciated by all the teachers. Thank you all and God bless you. I thank Mr. Manish Dubey, Mr. Nihal Nazareth and Mr. Roshan Almeida, our vibrant, prompt IT department without whom this virtual Annual Awards Day program would not have been possible. Last but not the least, I thank the good Lord for taking care of each and every one of us throughout this pandemic troubled time. In conclusion, I ask the good Lord to continue keeping us under the mantle of His protection. God bless you all. Stay safe and blessed.
Thank you, Ms. Montero. This brings us to the end of the Annual Awards Day ceremony 2019-2020 online. A big congratulations to all the prize winners. We end the program on a note of happiness and hope that the coronavirus will disappear and the world will heal and love, joy and happiness will return. Let us all stand in solidarity with the school anthem.